welcome back. Okay, I think we put the fires out. Everything on the US set on fire there, so we weren't able to get into game.
Oh, cool. You're good.
We got it. Cool. Sorry about that delay. That was quite a lengthy one, but we are loaded in. Everything has stayed the same with picks and bans as well, and we're ready to go for our first game of today.
You know what my favorite moment was? When the clock was about to tick over to 0.
We didn't even know. We had our headsets on. We're like, we ready? No. Okay, we're going off. Yeah, there was a few issues there, but let's have a little recap of picks and bans just so we can see exactly what was locked in, because it was like 15 minutes ago we actually did picks and bans. So you can see here, same picks and bans as everyone.
Yep.
There we go.
Nothing has changed. So we have the same picks, have the same bans. Brief run over what talking points are before. Great team fighting from the side of Phelan. MNM, we're looking for their mid jungle to cement a lead in the early levels.
Yep.
Translate that pressure to the lanes. Now we're getting into game.
All right, we're loading on to the first game of our quarter-finals. Phelan versus MNM. This is a best of 3 like the rest of Forger Champions. MNM starting to put their money where their mouth is. XL are out of the tournament. And on paper, the only challenge left for this team is Fnatic Rising sitting at the end of the competition. But Phelan, they've picked Teamfight, they've picked Explosive, and they're looking to play upset.
They've literally picked a kill user composition. So will MNM be able to protect the president, or will he go down? That is the question. We'll just have to see.
Chibs, rocking the Kiana as well, man. This is going to be so fun to see.
Wait. That's a grasp Malphite.
I suppose Kiana's melee, so...
But my question is going to be, is this going to be the full AP Malphite or the tank Malphite?
It better not be the tank Malphite. Chimera, I'm going to be... That's really not cash money of you if you don't go
Both of them are
full AP.
Theoretically viable in the mid lane. I feel like the advantage of tank Malphite is that you'll hold up better in the fight against Chibs. The disadvantage is you won't just one-hit people.
True.
So, you know, pros and cons. I think everyone has had a game against an AP Malphite where, like, he's just one-hit you and there's no counterplay.
Well, you can see here, we had a little talk about the differences between our junglers coming in. So we brought up some stats so you can have a little bit of a deep dive onto the way these junglers play, Orcs.
Yeah, and for me, it's very much Nalty will look to get ahead in terms of farm, in terms of, oh, actually seeing some aggression come out.
Yeah, already a bit of a scrap starting to break out, but does look like MNM pretty happy with that trade. Jeppe can just head into the bush, use his passive to recover some of the health from that trade, and now he's looking for another hook.
Yeah, looks like we have got a short pause. Looks like we may be still having some technical...
Another 15-minute break, boys.
I seriously hope not. But
I want to get going because this game is awesome.
I think the talking point of the stats is that Soft clearly had a lot more kill and assists at 15 minutes. Higher KDA, very much more focused around the ganks, whereas Nalty, he's happy to just effectively farm up, get some more power in the jungle before he goes for those, before he looks for those skirmishes. But here we're seeing a draft that suggests the opposite thing. Nalty is the one with the early agency. He's the one I want to see making proactive plays, whereas Soft, I am happy for him to farm up until he has his ultimate, because that is when he's going to be a massive team fight and skirmish pressure. Not saying that Hecarim can't do things earlier on, but level 6 is a huge spike for him, and it means you have a lot more safety in skirmishes, because without that ultimate and no flash, you're pretty vulnerable.
Alrighty, Chibs takes some feathers to the face. A hook comes out by Jeppe. Actually going for the deep water dive into Shogun. Aftershock's going to get procced, and he flashes away. Ignited, though, for the moment. Nobody falls in the bot lane. But Phelan playing with dominance at the moment.
This is a problem in those long trades. You just don't have the DPS coming out from a Vigar to go toe-to-toe. Phelan looking solid, and they burn the flash from that Thresh.
Chibs jumps in onto Chimera. The Q does connect as well. Trying to get that damage down. The Ignites then.
He's just gone.
Connects. First blood to Chibs.
Disrespectful with the flash there from Chimera. Didn't expect the damage, but that is the power of Kiana. That level 3, you're able to use all those abilities. You can combo and use that execute, and there's just a critical moment here because Chimera on this Malphite feels confident. All the damage just lands, and just the burst and the ignite enough to take him down. And the flash in the straight line means you're just not going to escape it. Really solid play, and this is what we highlighted before the game. What we wanted to see coming out from Nalty and Chibs, starting early.
Oh, you can already see Soft and Jeppe moving around as a support jungle duo in control around this part of the map as Yusa. It's trading lightly versus a Chu here. has got himself a CS deficit, though, as Achu is pulling ahead. Shogun joins back into the lane, and Yusa quite happy to play fairly safe while his support wasn't with him. Because like you were saying, the power of the Fresh with a mage is the mobility it offers. Without that Fresh, he's very immobile. Xayah does some serious damage with those feathers early.
And one of the issues as well is that Xayah is one of those champions who has an insane amount of shoving pressure. Oh, we are seeing potentially return gank here, but this time Soft is waiting.
They didn't see him though. In comes Nolty. He lands the Q, actually misses out, chases onto Chimera. Soft charging in with a devastating charge. Chips gets ignited this time. He's burning low, flashes away, the shield is on, and now Chimera running low as Nolty finishes him off with an execute. And now Soft trying to run away. Chips jumps in for the stun to make sure Nolty gets out, and MNM find their second.
And as good as this looked for Phelan, they just aren't able to keep up with the mobility from Chibs and Nolty. They play around Soft, they dash, they dip, they dive. They're unable to shut down either of them, and they get a second kill onto Chimera. Great play coming out from MNM. And do need the scoreboard switched. I've just noticed we have MNM and Phelan on the wrong side at the top, so hopefully that'll get sorted out by production pretty quickly. But for now, it is MNM pulling ahead with this early aggression. They've punished the mid lane Malphite. They've used the strength of this Kiana and this Lee Sin. It's something I highlighted I want to see, and so far it has come through.
So it goes a little bit wide there from Jeppe. Trying to find Shogun, trying to find Yusa. Yusa's a little low on mana for the moment. Should be closing in on something. The hook lands out by Shogun. That forces the cleanse, but the deep water dive comes back. A flay to follow. Goes down into the event horizon, trying to get that damage off onto Shogun, who is low. Achu flashes forward. They've got damage in, and Jeppe flashes in to secure the kill. That's one for Phelan in the bot lane.
And that fight was started off by a good hook coming out from Shogun, but the cleanse is there from Achu. The flash is available for them, which Shogun doesn't have. And the thing is, at the end of the day, the Vigar pre-6 does not have enough damage to kill someone. Yes, he can chip away, but essentially that was almost a 1v2 because all Yusa could do was just throw a couple of abilities out, and even the cage wasn't that impactful there.
See Chips though, quite happy now in this lane off those two ganks. Got himself slight lead. He's also got the Moby boost, so he can look to play around the map with his jungler. Like we were saying, is already moving down, trying to clear out some of this vision around the river area.
And this was a big talking point. It's not just about playing around bot lane, it's about the potential of freeing up your mid laner to move. Chibs, getting that early lead, has picked up the Moby boots. He's able to push the lane in, and now he's here to assist if needed. But Shogun, you're flashed us here.
Shogun actually looking to get hooked up here. Nolty's coming in. Hook connects into the Q. Jeppe goes invisible, but Shogun finishes him off nice and easy as Nolty now jumps forward onto the ward. Soft will be sent packing. And MNM find another kill.
Jeppe getting overconfident. In the 2v2, he was doing great, but as soon as you bring the mid jungle into it, remember, Soft doesn't have his ultimate. Chimera doesn't have his ultimate. Nolty and Chibs are so strong right now. We saw that there, and they're going to translate this into an early Cloud Dragon in only 7 minutes.
Chu gets caught in the event horizon. Yusa has 6 here. The Chu doesn't. Pulls back the feathers, closing in on that 6 mark. In comes Soft with the devastating charge, and Chips is just going to finish that up nice and simple. Yusa is the one to secure the kill. Supreme display of talent lands, and it's a double kill for Yusa. In comes Beartree though with a charge. It's been turned around, and the ult by Chimera cast onto 2. Only Angel pins him in place with the slicing maelstrom, and now Nolty joining into the fray. Lands the clip onto Jeppe, but doesn't go for more. MNM almost lose out on the fight, but a great teleport by Only Angel turns that around again.
You see the difference though, when the ultimate is available from Chimera. You pick this Malphite purely for that level 6 ultimate. But in the end, MNM do pull out ahead. They managed to get 3 kills there to the 2 of Phelan, but still it shows when it's a 5v5, Phelan can hold their own despite the advantages that MNM were able to pick up. The big thing to highlight there is look at the bot lane. You've now seen Yusa pick up 2 kills there. He's actually even in farm with a Chu now, so all those discrepancies we saw earlier no longer present.
He's running the Glacial Augment, so it looks like it's the slow build for him. And Achu still not level 6, closing in, but so is the rest of MNM. They're going to follow up here. They do have that kick, kicks him into the wall. The event horizon will pin Achu in place, and Yusa can pick him up nice and simple. Gifted the kill over to Nolty, though. Now hook does come out by Jeppe, goes a little bit wide, and he has to jump underneath his tower.
Honestly, just a big mistake from Achu. You're overstepping without your support. You expect to be safe, but you got to factor in things like the fact that you didn't have the warding control in the river, that you're up against a Thresh whose flash is available. Very easy setup for Shogun, but a really strong play coming out from MNM. putting a Chu even further behind.
Event Horizon is going to be used there, but they don't actually connect anything onto Jeppe. He's pretty quick with those Moby boots. Now Minion Wave forced in. They're going to pick themselves up some plates here. Bear Tree actually jumps onto Only Angel. Has a lot of damage with those violent tendencies, and Only Angel has to get some static and get out of there nice and quick. Seeing the power of that lantern though there, Shogun throws it down to make sure Yusa is nice and safe, and now Achu has hit 6, but he's already died twice, so not being at the same level as Yusa. And Yusa's now level 7 as well, so he's got a little bit more power to work with here. As he throws out the Event Horizon, doesn't quite connect it onto Jeppe.
The big thing for me is the ultimates available. With Jeppe and Yusa's ultimates available, the execute power is there. It's going to be a volatile matchup and people can go down.
Oh, change places here. Supports get pulled in, and that's going to be a dunk by Jeppe onto Shogun. Picks him up nice and simple.
And you see it there. Yusa wasted the Event Horizon. Shogun is now flashless because of that play onto Achu. Very easy to capitalize. They get the play bot, and we talked about bringing the mid laner down, but MNM just a bit too slow on it. Chibs, not there in time to do anything.
Stun does connect onto Achu. Takes a fair amount of damage there, but Yusa no mana to actually use the Primordial Burst. And Chibs, even though he's quick around the map, wasn't quick enough. He just jumps onto Chimera, goes in for a light trade, but Chimera actually does come out on top there.
Yeah, that looked light for Chimera, but not so much for Chibs. But now Nulty is here just to shove the wave in, allow Chibs to potentially go for a reset or for a roam. That's the thing, that Malphite won't have the priority, but when he does join the team fight, the impact is always huge. Right now, Jeppe and Achu potentially fishing for Yusa. He is low on mana, but he just level up so he gets that Lost Chapter bonus.
Shogun just bolting it into mid lane. Looking like he's just helping shove out the wave here, but Soph is charging up the devastating charge. Might look for something. Chibs gets caught out. Lantern's being thrown down, but the CC chain is just way too much. Chimera gets his second kill.
Just a bit overconfident. Chibs had flash available, opted not to use it. And it means you are going to get taken down. That combo, we said, Lee Sin Kiana is great pre-6. But once you hit 6, the ultimates available to Phelan are so strong.
Nulty actually being caught out here. Does have the Dragon's Rage. And is also able to safeguard towards Shogun to get himself out. And now we're seeing Chimera and the rest of Phelan actually playing a lot faster around that map. Shogun will stop a base though.
And the thing is, if you can move that Pyke around, not only is he great at making picks, he is so hard to punish. The mobility he has available, the fact that, you know, he has that, he has his E just so he's able to dash away, which Thresh doesn't have. That's a big difference maker. Thresh is immobile. When he's flashless, he's very easy to make picks on. Jeppe has a bit more freedom. But once again, Chib's going to have priority in the mid lane. Shoves it in. And is going to consistently look to try and make moves. But for now, for at least a recent amount of time, bot's been left pretty much alone. Next Dragon's up in 20, but it's a Cloud. So instead, MNM have opted to bring their bot lane mid and potentially look to shove this in against Chimera.
They're jumping onto him. Yusa does have the Hextech Hose Pipe, but not quite in range to be able to get him slowed down. Jeppe on that flank, but 3 versus 2. This is going to be a little unhealthy as Yusa gets caught out. Lantern will make sure he doesn't get caught out by the undertow there.
But look at the bot lane. Look what's happened in return for this play. MNM have committed Yusa and Shogun here, so Achu just free to solo some plate and deny this wave away from Yusa. And now it looks like MNM want to make a play for the Rift Herald. And the reason this works is because Yusa does have teleport. So Phelan have to be a little bit careful. If they commit to this play, they will have a numbers disadvantage.
Nulty looking to pick this up. Can he take it away in time? I didn't see who got that. Lantern's going to bail him out. And it looks like ulti comes out by Soph as he makes the grand escape. I don't know who actually got that Herald there.
Only
Angel's got it. Cool.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, Observer.
Only Angel grabbed it. Chibs could be in trouble. At the end of the day, Herald goes over to MNM. They did sacrifice a little bit on the bot lane in return, but we have to see what they get from this Herald. Right now, Only Angel has it. He's shoving in the top lane and no one's there to respond. The Gage misses.
The charge is coming in. Chibs is able to jump out. Shogun flash, flays them back. The Supreme Displayer talent pins them in place already. Nobody has died here. But Phelan running with low health bars. Nulty jumps in, goes to the Dragon's Rage, delivers one back into the Event Horizon. That's going to be one for Chibs. Now Bear Tree gets pulled out by the Primordial Burst. And 2 kills for MNM.
And Phelan just managed to miss absolutely everything. And in the meantime, Only Angel alone in the top lane with the Herald. He should look to get not only 4 plates here, but maybe even the tower itself. There's 30 seconds left. And in return, Yusa and Shogun picking up more plates mid. It's now a 3k gold lead And yeah, only Angel's going to get this tower. It's going to be even more so. And look at the differences across the map. The only lane that's really holding up is support, because obviously Pyke gets extra gold. But every other lane, there's a pretty moderate lead in the favor of MNM. And even in some cases, top lane and mid, it's massive.
Double Cloud Drake over to MNM. Next one spawning up will be that Infernal. MNM, there was a moment where it started to look a little bit shaky, but starting to pull control of this game back. Phelan will be able to trade objectives here and pick up this bot lane turret. Now the plate's fallen off. There's no bonus resistances to work with, and that'd be solo gold over to a Chew. But this has cost 2,000 gold over to Bear Tree. Only Angel got a nice and comfortable lead over him.
And yeah, they do trade back in return in terms of the tower, but all the plates went in favor of MNM, and it was just a massively mis-executed fight. Things like Chimera's ultimate not connecting on a Chibs. There was a huge commitment of resources, not even to get a single kill. And it was very easy for MNM to turn around. In fact, they turned that round while Only Angel didn't even join the fight. He was in the side lane, just hammering away at the tower with a Herald. So that's why Phelan felt forced to take the fight, because they knew Only Angel was going to apply pressure. They thought, fine, we'll take a fight mid lane, try and force a TP. But because of the misexecution, MNM did not even feel like they needed a TP. And to be honest, the answer was right. They didn't need to.
Blue buff given over to Yusa. Chibs doesn't need it. And they're swapping out, putting Chibs in that side lane, putting Only Angel in the side lane. While Yusa and Shogun get control of the mid side. Let's try and take down this turret.
And this is a solid response to Phelan's composition, because they want to 5v5. They have all these great team fighting tools, but instead MNM are going to look to 1-3-1. And the reason this is so effective is because against a Thresh Vigar, it's so hard to engage on them. But now Nulty...
Bear Tree does joust away there.
Won't find anything there for now.
Actually, soft now. He's looking for Nulty. Not going to use the Devastating Charge. Very risky in a jungle area with that Supreme Display of Talent available. Only Angel now chasing onto a Chew, slows him down, uses the Slicing Maelstrom. A Chew gets stunned in place. The healing is still there by Only Angel. An equal trade out. Did force the flash away from a Chew and the cleanse. Now Chimera, he's been caught inside the cage. Shogun flays him back, misses out on the stun, misses out on the hook, and Jeppe now looking to answer route, trying to find himself a hook onto Shogun, unable to connect it. Could have been dangerous as Nulty and Chips were both roaming down. Event Horizon being used, and a hook will follow up, and that's just going to be an instant Primordial Burst, followed up by the Supreme Display of Talent. Health bars are low. Bear Tree's entered into the fray. It's a 1-for-1 so far, but the trade is there. Soft finds himself a double kill. Now launching onto Shogun. The slows by Yusa are large, and that's going to force Shogun to go golden. As Yusa picks up another one, Event Horizon gets thrown down, doesn't land onto anyone, and Phelan, low HP. They've got the health of a Chew. They are going to make their way back to defend the mid lane. Only Angel in the meantime just split pushing away.
And this is the thing. Once again, they look to force a fight. But because Only Angel found advantages in the side lane, he's able to not even join. He gets even more. That tower is so low. And now Battery's looking for him.
Yeah, no Slicing Maelstrom available to Only Angel, but has got the sustain.
The gold advantage is the big thing here. You have the extra money. You picked up that Seeker's Arm Guard. You have the Hextech Gunblade. In a 1v1, Battery just can't hold his own when he's sitting on a Phage and a Tiamat. So MNM coming out ahead once again, and it just was a rough start to the fight with Jeppe getting taken out instantly. Because if you reimagine that fight, but Jeppe being alive with his ultimate, able to get resets there, it could have been a completely different situation. But in the end, Yusa able to find a good position, able to pick up more kills, and now look at his build. He's got the Hextech GLP, he's got the Spooky Ghost, both items which synergize really well with Glacial Augment, and he has a stopwatch to offer even more safety. So hard to punish, and this is why the 1-3-1 is so effective, because Kennen and Kiana are fine in the side lanes, hard to take out, but also able to apply pressure themselves. But in the mid lane, Thresh, Vigar, very difficult to actually find anything onto them. But
just gets chunked out, and Nulty finishes him up. Hooked by Jeppe, pins Yusa underneath the tower for just a short amount of time, but doesn't connect with the Phantom Undertow. And it should just be the mid lane tower getting cracked open here for MNM. They're going to take this down nice and simple. Jeppe just looking for an optimistic hook onto Shogun as the turret crumbles. That's two turrets to one. The bot lane turret still does stand for MNM.
There's really good timing that the Featherstorm was available in a couple of seconds, but Achu didn't quite have it yet. They punish it, they get the mid tower in return, and honestly, MNM huge control of the map now. Next setup should be around this Infernal Dragon up in 30 seconds. They have TP Flash still available for Only Angel. They have vision control on the bot side river. they're in a really great position to pick this objective up, and it'll put them even further in the lead, especially when you consider you have the likes of a Vigor, something that scales so well with the amount of AP it can pick up, and Infernal's only going to make that worse for Phelan.
That's the power of the kind of Glacial build on the Veigar as well, because he doesn't really lose a lot by not going, you know, standard full AP build. He gets so much bonus AP from his passive, but it really doesn't affect him. So Hook actually lands onto Jeppe here, and that is just Nolty getting himself a nice and easy kill. The charge is coming down onto Yusa. He doesn't have ultimate available. He has to flash away, but Soft is looking for him. Throws down the event horizon. Shogun is going to get picked up. Chimera launches into the backline. A Supreme Display of Talent pins him in place, and Chips takes him down. Only Angel with the Slicing Maelstrom locks everybody in place. As Soft being chunked away. Nolty follows up, follows him down, and takes him out. Beartree about to get dismounted as Only Angel, Chips, and Nolty chase him underneath the tower. He's going to get followed up, though, and Nolty looks to get him out as Beartree goes down. MNM find the ace.
And it's just better execution from MNM. They find the pick before the fight on a Jeppe, and once again I ask you, could that fight gone differently if they had the pike available? But either way, the setup, the execution's not there for Phelan. The gold lead was already in MNM's favor, and as a result, it's a clear win coming out from the start of MNM.
Yusa. He has that dunk available. The Ignite's going to go out. Yusa misses everything. The Redemption comes down to heal him up for the moment. Doesn't have Primordial Burst, and a dunk comes down. Jeppe shuts down Yusa.
Just as I was going to criticize, and Jeppe finds a window, and he waits critically for the stopwatch to be burned. He gets a massive shutdown there, but still, it's a 7,000 gold lead for MNM. They pick up the Infernal Dragon. Yes, Yusa makes a little mistake overstepping, but all in all, MNM firmly in control, and this is what starts off. Jeppe just not respecting the hook here. You should have just seen it coming. You should have dashed away. Instead, holds it, and now the engage comes in when they're already a man down. The fight, they can't access Yusa. The ult comes in, but there's no follow-up there. And remember, we talked about how the ult flash was available for Only Angel. Easy access in the backline from that TP. No way for Phelan to win that fight. They didn't set themselves up well. The execution was a bit off, but MNM, despite not having the stronger 5v5 based on comp, are finding the better 5v5s.
We take back to the Rift, and MNM 21 minutes in the game, sieging up for those free Drakes. Ulti comes down by 3. That's the wombo combo. Yusa is deleted. The charge into the backline, but in comes Only Angel. He has the Slicing Maelstrom. Everybody is caught by Chips underneath the tower with the ulti. And now MNM are looking to turn the fight back around. Phelan's still low. The Ignites are on. The Flames are going back. MNM have done it once again. They are annihilating everyone on Phelan. But now a Choose coming into the map. Uses the Featherstorm to get himself a double kill. A kick back. Now he's looking for Only Angel. Pins him in place, but he's unable to do so. MNM come up with the ace.
It was a huge ult coming out from Chibs that honestly turned that fight around. Despite the fact he only had the turret to bounce it around, he manages to get 3 members of Phelan. And again, despite a really good engage from Chimera and Soft, it just isn't enough for Phelan to beat out MNM in the 5v5.
You did see the glimmers, though, of the team fighting comp, but Phelan had put together a massive wombo combo with the devastating charge, with the unstoppable force. We're going to have a little look at that again, because Chimera and Soft play this so well, but the turnaround, the gold lead is just too much for them to win out from it.
And the big thing is, Achu's dead. Achu still isn't alive, so yes, this is a great engage, but the DPS isn't available. The Zaya's not yet in the team fight, and it was a great ult combo coming out from Chibs and Only Angel. But again, I'm asking you to imagine this fight if the Zaya had been there earlier. Maybe the question is, did they engage too early? Because yes, Achu turns up and starts doing work, but by this time, you've only got one other member of your team alive, and Nolty and Only Angel are strong enough to deal with both you and Soft.
There was moments, I actually think the Dragon Rage by Nolty was so key, so it meant the feather displacement was just all over the place, and he couldn't get the burst from the drawback.
I mean, the thing for me is that he went for the feathers on a Shogun to finish him off. Would it have been better to put the feathers behind him so it could have dealt with Nolty? There's a lot of ifs and buts, but at the end of the day, you start the fight when your Zaya still needs 10 seconds to respawn. It's no surprise it goes that way.
And that will result in that mid lane inhibitor going down for the side of MNM, as they're now able to get control around this Baron pit. There are still a few wards that have been placed down by Phelan, so MNM not going to be able to sneak this away, and Nolty and Yusa standing just in vision of a ward there, so Phelan knew something was up.
And the pick potential definitely huge. You throw that cage down, is going to be able to stun for such a huge amount of time. The cooldown even lower on the current patch because of the Vigor buffs, because undoubtedly it will be the second max for the Vigor. Gives you that extra duration, lower cooldown, but now they're clearing out the vision. Someone has to check this, but there is no one, even the tankier members like Chimera, can't just walk into the fog of war against a team like MNM.
Interestingly enough, actually, with this Baron, like, when you think of Kiana, you never want to fight in the Baron pit because of the power of the Supreme Display of Talent, but MNM also have, like, mortals. They've got the Slicing Maelstrom available to them. They've got the Cage available to them. Fighting in the pit is horrible. But then on the reverse, you're looking at the Devastating Charge. You're looking at Chimera's ultimate. Chimera is the one stepping up. He does get slowed down by the Spooky Ghost, and now the rest of the team are coming in. Chimera uses the ulti, only connects it onto one, but the charge is coming in. In comes the backup from the rest of Phelan. Jeppe, who jumps away, and Soft is onto Only Angel. Only Angel has to flash the wall. Soft looking to chase him down. The fight is split on all fronts, and health bars are low across the board. Beatrix has to flash over the wall as MNM unable to chase, but Chibs, he's going to go for the kill. He's going to go for the dunk. Beatrix goes down, and MNM can go back towards Baron.
They head straight there. Low health bars from Phelan. They're not willing to contest this. And honestly, the big criticism for me is Jeppe, how he keeps getting caught out, keeps dying before the fight. As a Pyke, you want to get those resets, clean up the loads of HP bars. It's just not happening. And MNM, they don't get it clear when they're team fight, but they get 2 members, and that's enough for them to take the Baron.
Well, the Baron will go down at 25 minutes over to MNM. They have themselves an 11,000 gold lead as well. It looks like it's all but done here for MNM, looking to close this game out. For Phelan, it's about keeping your head in the game. This is still a best of 3. There's still more to play for. And potentially, if they can find that big wombo combo, they might find that comeback, but it's a big ask. I mean, it's a big if.
The issue at the moment is that there's GAs on 2 members of the enemy team, Chibs and Nulty. There's Zhonya's on Only Angel and Yusa. And if any of these members stay alive, I mean, particularly Yusa, because with the new changes to the cooldown of Vigor, with the fact that he'll have 45% CDR between his items and runes, that Cage is now on a 6-second cooldown, near enough to. And that means that every 6 seconds, there's a new Cage being placed. If you don't instantly kill Yusa, the team fighting power of just constant cages is so much that you will just lose out. Phelan not only need to have a good team fight, it needs to be instantaneous that they win it.
Slows are coming down. Jeppe, who has to jump over the wall. Big chunk out from Chibs there on to Jeppe, but he's able to get back and heal up. Baron buff walking forward as a stun actually does connect. A hook goes a little bit wide there by Shogun. And Only Angel's just forcing the wave forward here. In comes Soft, in comes the charge. They're looking for the opening. They're looking for the turnaround. The Featherstorm's there. Supreme Display of Talent. Chimera jumps onto the pipeline. Yusa goes golden. Look for the Cage. He's going to respawn. Redemption's there. The Slicing Maelstrom cuts through everyone. A double kill's already been picked up on Nulty, and Chu is getting caught out underneath his tower. 4 members of Phelan fall. Chimera, he can't do anything. He can't base. Shogun is just stopping him from going home. And MNM are just going to walk the minion wave into the towers, into the base. 26 minutes on the clock. The Nexus will fall, and MNM make it look easy.
And at the end of the day, the engage at the end was the right idea, but there were too many tools on the side of MNM. That Cage being up so frequently, the Zhonyas, the Jays available. Phelan just weren't able to find a team fight, but I feel like the game was lost far before that point. MNM played the map better. They got those early advantages mid-jungle, translated the pressure, and it felt like, yes, there was a strong 5v5 on Phelan, but you kept seeing them forced to take unfavorable fights. Fights where you're overstepping, you don't land the Malphite ult on more than one target, or even miss it. It just wasn't their best showing.
I mean, there was glimmers of hope coming from Phelan. We saw moments where the team fight looked like they had coordination, but they were just too far behind from the early game.
I think the thing that I'll say is that there were glimmers where they had the right mechanics, they had the right engages, but the coordination was never quite there. There were moments where that great team fight under their mid lane tower, their Zaya's dead. Yeah. You know, there was that fight where there was that ult over the wall into Yusa, no one can follow up. It was just like, there were good moments, but they all needed to come together in one fight for them to win, and it never really happened.
Well, they've still got 2 more chances, potentially, if they can take MNM down in the next game. But for us, we're going to cut to a quick break, and when we're back with game 2, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a second.